Hello and welcome back to Quest for Glory 5, playing as Shadow, our thief character, and we have just completed, well, sort of completed, the second Rite of Rulership, the Rite of Conquest, by taking out the Hesperian General Claudius. So we're going to do just one or two tasks around town this morning and then return the shield, or turn the shield in, rather.
We are having I gave the cooks the...
All right, let's move on. We'll turn in the shield to at the Hall of Kings, but I do want to make a couple of stops first. First of all, I'll go to the weapon shop, sell off some of the gear we just acquired. So let's go see how Folos is doing. I mean, there's a part of me wants to keep that cool axe, but not enough. Not enough. It's just not our style as a thief.
The Rite of Conquest sounds like it will weed out the wusses. We'll see who's the real warrior around here.
Funny you should mention that. Anything interesting to say?
You look like you could use a good spear. Want to buy one?
Talk to one of our other versions.
If I was a few years younger and didn't have to think about my family, I would have entered the Rite of Rulership and shown you what a real warrior is like.
That would have been interesting to see. Tell us about your merchandise.
I'm always ready to buy back weapons now. There's quite a market for the used weapons, with the threat of mercenaries.
Good to know. And what do you think of the Rite of Conquest?
That General Claudius has a reputation of being a good leader. Wouldn't surprise me none to learn he has a fortress hidden somewhere. He'll have the place well defended, not like those little fishing villages you guys cleaned out.
Fair enough.
Magnum Opus will win this one. You'll see. He's my bet for the next king of Samaria.
Well, like I said, let's make some sales. We'll keep the armband, the magic armor, but we will get rid of this. Ooh, it's so fun and cool looking.
Nice dealing with you.
And all these swords. Oh, just one.
Nice.
And just two shields.
Nice dealing.
Alright, let's move on. We're going to go see our apothecary friends next.
Γεια σας, μιλάτε ελληνικά?
I guess we don't really need to restock in anything, so that's good. It's the same issue we had last time. There we go.
Ugarte is really lucky to be alive right now, even if he is still unconscious. That poison is nasty stuff. It was sure a good thing that you happen to have those poison cure pills handy.
It's a good thing you sold them to us.
Welcome. You have proved yourself a hero once more with Ugarte.
And how are you doing, Julinar?
I have been tending Ugarte. It is most sad that with all my knowledge of healing, he is not getting better.
And the shop itself?
We are used to dealing with many rare plants and minerals here, but I have never before encountered the main ingredient of the assassin's poison. It must be a very rare plant.
Oh man, using a sweet innocent little plant to make a nasty poison. That's like really mean.
I hate him, but I do love him. And the poison itself, what can you tell us?
Even after the poison cure pills, the poison remains in Ugarte's system. He is alive, but he will not be well until we find the antidote.
Okay.
May your path be guided by your wisdom.
And what do you have to say?
It's a real trip to see you again.
Hello?
I'm happy to know that the poison cure pills helped Ugarte. Of course, they didn't actually cure him, but at least they kept him alive.
It's not a bad little bit of victory, silver lining. How's the shop?
I think that more people will be buying poison cure pills now. So if you use any, be sure to replace them before you run out of them.
All right, and what can you tell me about the poison?
I'm trying to find a true antidote to that really freaky poison, but it's tough. It's got some rare kind of stuff that I've never seen before.
All right.
Watch your step. Sagittarius is rising early, and it always makes him cranky. You never want to cross a cranky constellation, you know. You might become its arch enemy. The Zodiac never lies. Old Sag is a straight shooter.
Every time I try and like you, Salim, you go and say something stupid like that. Anyway, I guess we can see it from Rock.
You have made my Sarah most happy by returning her basket. It was something she treasured. Thank you for your kindness.
Kind of forgot we did that. Yeah, we can see if there's anything interesting to say.
It is such a pleasure to see you, O Prince. Sarah is so thrilled to have her basket back. It is mostly that she was overwhelmed by your kindness in returning it.
Tell us about your food.
Made from savory spiced lamb, and the sour yogurt, sweet cucumber, and pungent onions offer interesting contrast to the blandness of the pita bread. It is a symphony of complementary culinary experiences.
All right, and rumors?
I have heard from my people in our homeland that the owner of the Dead Parrot Inn is not a man to trust. Signor Ferrari will make a profit any way he is able.
I never would have known that without you telling us. Thank you.
Sarah is happy, and I am content. There is nothing quite like a pleased life mate to make your home life happy. You should find yourself a mate and experience such married bliss.
Fair enough. Maybe we will before our quest here is done.
May you always find what you are seeking, even as you found my Sarah's basket.
Now, we will be going to the magic shop, but not quite yet. We're going to go up and turn our shield in at the Hall of Kings. Let's see. There it is.
You have won the right of conquest. Everyone will be summoned to the Hall of Kings.
There's even less people here now.
The shield of General Claudius has been brought back by the Prince of Shapir. The invader base has been destroyed, and our kingdom shall remain free from their menace. Behold the winner of the right of conquest. However, again, tragedy has struck the rights of rulership. Magnum Opus was found dead outside the city beside the dragon pillar to the east. This was not a noble death. This was murder, pure and simple. All of your lives are in grave danger. Take care and be wary always. Go now, mourn our fallen comrade. You will all be summoned to the next rite of rulership.
You are dismissed to rest for the next rite, and then return to the Hall of Kings.
The Hesperian mercenaries were vanquished, and Silmaria stands proudly. General Claudius was defeated. There is one enemy of this kingdom that has long been a foe for long centuries. It has the soul of evil, and thus draws evil to it. While it lives, there is fear. While it breathes, there is anguish. You will have to journey to the heart of terror and pain. You will face fire and fury, and above all, death. Journey to Hydra, there to face the creature that gives the island name. Teach it the fear and pain it has given others, and destroy it. Return with its teeth to prove your word. This is the right of valor.
All right. You are escorted by guards through the corridors of the Hall of Kings and eventually led out of the gate. So, we have our next rite.
This rite of valor is a throwback to tradition. The Hydra is a monster from antiquity and is seldom defeated. It cannot truly be killed, for it regenerates from any injury. Your greatest challenge will be in getting to Hydra Island. It is beyond the area where the fishing boats can safely travel.
All right, just kind of get immediately teleported to be with Rakesh. So I guess we might as well chat with him.
I am frustrated and angry, and Somaria feels like a cage. The assassin is waiting somewhere nearby. I am certain of that. I am afraid I am not the calm paladin I should be right now. Forgive me, my friend. The assassin is just a tool, and his master is the one that enrages me. I want vengeance rather than justice for the wrongs he has caused.
And how do you feel about the rites?
Logos insisted that the Hydra would be the Rite of Valor. He thought that it would get you, Elsa, and Gort away from Marit, and thus you would be safer from the assassin. I argued that by turning your back to a murderer, you only get struck from behind. You should be seeking the assassin rather than fighting some fabulous beast. Minos sided with Logos, and so you are seeking a monster rather than a madman.
It's a pretty fair argument from Rakesh. Tell us about Hydra.
The Hydra is a three-headed dragon. It is almost entirely immune to magical spells. It can only be injured by a magical weapon. Not even the legendary heroes of yore could defeat the Hydra by themselves.
Well, let's go to topics of our success rather than sadness or future difficulties and ask about the Hesperian mercenaries.
With the defeat of General Claudius, I do not believe we will be troubled by an invading army anytime soon. All who wage war knew of the general's reputation and respected his abilities. They will not dare to share his defeat.
Nice. And Magnum Opus.
Magnum Opus was found murdered on the road west of town. He was slumped against the broken dragon pillar. It was just like Kokino's death. This is no mere assassination. It is a ritualistic murder and has a darker purpose than we now know. We must learn the purpose of these murders and stop it before the murderer accomplishes it.
Fair enough. All right, well, I guess we'll chat to you a little later.
Be particularly careful right now. I have a bad premonition of impending violence. Get down!
Whoa! Rakesh! Get him a pill! You managed to get Rakesh to swallow a poison cure pill before he passes
What
out
has
from the
happened?
agony.
Guards, to me! Trouble!
It was the man in
Rakesh is
black.
unconscious, but he will live. He was struck by the poison, and without your antidote, he would be dead. You acted wisely and quickly. Rakesh is a paladin and does not believe in revenge. However, we all believe in justice. This assassin must be found and pay the price for his actions. Find this assassin, Prince of Shapir, and make him face justice.
Is that one of the rights, or are you just giving me some extra work? Just saying. So yes, Rakesh now has been struck down. So many of our old friends are facing such terrible danger, and thus far we have been unable to stop the problem, though I guess we are helping to a degree. Standings after the next contest, the Rite of Conquest. So currently we are winning, Elsa's in second, and Gort is in last. I'm not sure why Elsa's ahead of Gort, but so it is. Murder. The body of Magnum Opus, competitor for the rights of rulership, was found beside the shattered remains of a second dragon pillar. Marit mourns his courage and bravery. He was brave, albeit pompous. And now the Rite of Valor. Competitors must travel to the island of Hydra, defeat the Hydra, and return with the Hydra's teeth. May the best person win. And finally, Rakesh saved. Oh, that's a little better. Rakesh Shatarna, Paladin, narrowly escaped death by poisoned dagger. The assassin escaped by magical means. Shadow, Prince of Shapir, saved Rakesh's life by giving the Lion Tor some poison cure pills. The assassin is still at large and considered to be extremely dangerous. I'm pretty sure that Ugarte dies if we don't save him, but I think Rakesh is saved. I might be wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain. Let's see if
Welcome,
you have
he
anything
who
new
will
to
be
say.
king. I have no doubt that you shall be whatsoever you desire to become.
Anything new to say?
As they say in the deserts of flowing sands, marhaba. It is a pleasure as always to see you.
Is that what that means, or do I never get to learn what marhaba means? I don't know. Let's see if Sarah's doing.
Well, as ever, many thanks. Though it seems from my sails that few in Silmaria have thoughts of romance at this time. They should know that life is too short without love.
Fair enough. I guess I don't really need to ask her about merchandise. Nothing's new. But you can ask about the fishing villages now that they're free.
There are fishing villages all along the shorelines of this island. However, it is said that they have all been abandoned when the invaders landed on these sands.
I guess that was an update. And any new rumors?
It is said that an assassin walks the streets, and no one is safe from his poisoned blade.
Is that what is said? Alright, let's tell her what we've been up to.
So you now compete to become ruler of Silmaria. That would be indeed a wondrous thing should you succeed in this quest. Silmaria would again be a land of peace and prosperity.
Alright.
Farewell, and good luck upon your quest.
That was not nearly as interesting as I wanted it to be. But I think this will pay off a little bit better, seeing as his father is the one who was just so recently attacked. Hello, Chakra.
I cannot thank you enough for saving my father's life.
It is our pleasure. He has long been a friend.
The poison remains in his system. Julinar and Salim are trying to find a cure. Until they do, Rakesh is being kept alive by antidote pills.
Alright, and how about you? How are you doing?
I am taking care of Rakesh in my quarters. When he regains consciousness, I will let you know. I am certain he will want to speak with you.
Fair enough.
Take care. The next assassin's blade may be for you.
Hopefully not, but it's always a chance. We can sell some stuff to you, namely this scroll, which we're not exactly magically inclined.
I thank you for doing business with me.
And our backup magic dagger. We don't really need two, so we can give you one. I wouldn't mind keeping it, but...
I thank you for doing business with me.
There we go. Okay. So, with that done, now that Rakesh has been attacked, we're actually going to go back to the apothecary, see if he has anything new to say.
You sure had a close call there, man. That cool lion guy is still alive, but it'll be a while before he's up and around. We don't have a real antidote for the poison yet.
The cool lion guy.
It is always a great pleasure to speak with you.
Nice. How you doing, Julinar?
Like Salim, I am saddened that we cannot find cures to the poison in the drug. We are doing everything that we can to aid the victims, but little has helped them.
And the poison?
Until we discover the missing ingredient for the poison, we cannot make an antidote. It is probably a rare flowering plant, but it is not one of which we know.
And we know a lot of plants. There are the pretty flowering ones, the common garden variety herbs, and of course, trees are our best friends.
And how's Rakesh?
Your friend is still in a deep coma, but he is alive. When we have an antidote, I am certain he will be well. May you always be so fortunate as to choose the right path.
Very nice. And we would talk to Salim again.
You know, people are really lucky to have you for a friend. You save their lives and find them wives, and all sorts of really neat things.
Find them wives. That's fair.
All this poisoning and drugging and murder is a real downer. We came here to help and heal and spread the good word about macrobiotic back rubs and pyramid power. Instead, we wind up trying to cure nasty poisons and dealing with dirty drugs.
And the poison?
This is a really bad trip, this poison. It's got snake spit and spider bite and toad oil mixed with arsenic and belladonna, and some plant we've never even seen before.
And again, we'll ask you about Rakesh.
Rakesh is a really tough lion, man. There's enough poison in his system to kill 5 men, but he managed to survive thanks to the poison cure pills. He'd be dead for sure without them.
All right, farewell.
Way to go! Come back soon.
He is so positive and high energy. All right, so we have one more stop to make. and that is to go visit the famous adventurer, because I feel like we could use a little more information on the Hydra and maybe how to both find it and deal with it, and who would know more about adventuring than him?
Hi there. Hear you're out for a little monster mashing soon. That Hydra is impossible to kill, you realize?
I don't realize that, so please tell me more.
I read about you and the Rites on the announcement board beside the Hall of Kings. Doing pretty well for yourself, it seems.
We're trying. Is he going to tell us his name this time? Let's see.
Curious sort, aren't you? Well, here's one I was called a bit before your time. She called me Silver Tongue when I seduced the Ocean Queen, and I favored her with flowers which my love had never seen. Though I loved her, soon I left her, for our love could never be, for I needed air to breathe in, and she ruled beneath the sea.
Cute. How you doing?
I'm starting to get out more now. Got to build up some muscles before I go adventuring again. Besides, the women like a man with muscles.
All right, and tell us about the Hydra.
The Hydra is immortal. Can't be destroyed, but it can be defeated. The only part that can be damaged are its heads. Unfortunately, they grow back as soon as they're cut off unless you burn the stumps. Once all the heads have been taken off, the thing takes a long time to heal back up. So for all intents and purposes, it may as well be dead.
All right. And I guess we can tell about ourselves.
Never made it to Shapir in my travels. Have to make some plans to visit the next time I go adventuring.
He is very excited right now. And we can ask about the Rites.
Fighting the Hydra goes back to the days of Hercules. It takes a great hero to take that monster out.
All right, goodbye.
Remember, that Hydra is tough to defeat. You'll need all the healing you can take with you.
All right. There's also this book here that we're going to read through. Glancing through the book, you see many myths and legends of this land. The book looks fascinating. One tells of how Hercules defeated the monstrous Hydra with the help of his nephew Aeolus, who burned the Hydra's heads as Hercules chopped them off. Do we have our torch? Good. Another story relates how Hercules went into the depths of Hades to rescue his friend's wife from the dead. And one tale is of Daedalus, who made wings by placing wax and feathers on a wooden framework. He and his son Icarus used them to fly away from Crete. However, Icarus flew too close to the sun, thus melting the wings and plunging to his death. And finally, one story tells of how the winged horse Pegasus sprang from Medusa's blood, spilled when Perseus cut off the Gorgon's head. Interesting. Come to the end of the book. All in all, the myths of this region are fascinating and well worth reading. I agree. And we're going to utilize 2 of those myths right now in order to solve our little problem, both of transportation and of dealing with the Hydra itself. Of course, we have to go through the unfortunate trials of actually getting over to the Science Island. Switch. And again. Alright. Ooh, do I have any rocks? I probably do. Could always throw a dagger. I think I might have to. Oh well. Oh, didn't realize I had them out. Or 2 daggers. There we go. Throws a real bullet. So, let's get off here and head inside. And as we come down here, see our friend Dr. Pretorius, something like that.
Please do not touch the equipment. It is delicate and should not be touched by anyone other than a true scientist.
He will not allow us to touch it. Alright, nothing new to say, but if we provide him with one of his favorite pizzas... Oops. Throw some anchovies on there. Prove our worth.
This is quite marvelous. An anchovy and artichoke pizza, the ultimate combination of ingredients. You have the makings of a true scientist. Feel free to look around and learn what lessons you can fathom.
He now trusts us enough to utilize this. Framing is too unwieldy to remove from the wall right now. You'd have to carry it on your shoulders, and that would look really strange. Well, let's do a little finagling. If you remember that beeswax we got, I think near the first pillar maybe? And then we're going to take our feathers, apply the wax. You apply the wax to the framework to create a wing-like shape. And then the feathers, which I guess we only needed one, you attach the feathers into a soft beeswax and create wings. Now, if we pick them up, nothing happens, apparently. Place the wings on your shoulders, and now we're going to go for a little run and jump. Isn't this magical? Now, I suppose I could have looked at the map before, but Hydra is down here. The wax in your wings is beginning to molt, and your feathers are beginning to melt, and your feathers are starting to molt. You glide to a splintering crash that destroys your Icarus wings completely. Alright, well, let's head into see the Hydra. We also want to make sure that we take one of our empty amphora and pick up some of this little weird goo over here, and we'll find out why later. And then, we don't really need stealth, so why don't we get out our Atlas armband for however much we're going to need it. We'll equip that, our armor, and our magic dagger. And now let's run down this way. See how we want to do battle with the Hydra. Is that pleasant? Stop doing that. Seems like we use some help.
You look as if you could use a little help. Mind if I join you?
Please. We'll say hello.
Oh, I have no doubt you are pleased to see me here. Misery loves company, yeah?
Yeah. Let's ask how she's doing.
I have gotten here by Minos' ship. We had to battle some sea people to do so. I can understand why the fishermen do not dare come here in their little boats.
And what do you think about the Hydra?
It is very ugly and obviously tough. Working together, though, we should be able to defeat it.
I agree. And why don't we tell her what we know about defeating it?
If that is so, which would you prefer, to fight or to fire?
I think, as a thief, we would prefer to torch the Hydra. Alright, so let's see what she does, and kind of follow along. Not really doing much. This is the end of it. Also forgot to actually... Oh, that's because she was dying. That's why she ran away. I believe we can give her healing pill if needed. Yeah, honestly, we spend most of our time kind of hiding out.
Burn it
and
now.
Just waiting to...
Quickly, set fire to it before the head grows back.
Do it.
Look, if you want to work together, you chop this thing and I'll torch the Hydra.
I don't know why that didn't work, but now she seems to be upset, so we're going to do a little chopping instead. And we're just going to try and dodge some of its deadly spit as much as we can. Well, to try and keep an eye on our health. Seems like so long as we keep up the attack, it has trouble focusing on hurting us, so that's helpful. There we go. With a mighty show of strength, you chop off the head of the Hydra. I truly have no idea what I was doing wrong there to not be able to actually deliver the blow with the torch, but that's fine. Elsa can handle that side of things. We are a great hero after all. Let's heal up a little. Let's heal up a little bit more. Seems that we're not quite as defended on this side from the sort of poisonous acid breath as we were on the other side. Miss the old days when we could just throw daggers at our enemies. A little more annoying having to deal with this guy since Elsa had already killed it once. Here we are having to do it again.
That did it! We have defeated the Hydra!
Woohoo! Alright, let's click on its mouth. We get some teeth, which is gross. And we get some scales. That's not part of the quest, but something tells me we'll be able to use them.
You've got the teeth to prove you won this ride, but what is my reward for all the effort I went through here?
Well, why don't we come back here and we'll see what we have.
I knew it! I was certain that we would find something in this cave worthwhile. This magical bow will be all the reward I want from here. I will return to Silmaria. It has been interesting working with you. I will see you at the Hall of Kings.
Fare thee well. Ooh, she has a magic magnet too. Alright, so we got a pile of gold over here, it looks like. And a helmet. And then, if we keep looking, there should be, let's see. Alright, there's the base of the Hydra. Ooh, is this something? No, nothing. But there is a chest, which hopefully we don't mess up, because I'm not sure that it would go well for us. Alright, so, as always, we're going to draw down our Greek figures here. A little more random this time than it has been in the past. This one's step up. But still not all that hard. And that guy. Alright. So, let's see what we can do. That one I think is here. Oops. Here. Good. And you are right here. The good thing is every correct answer makes the other ones easier. You are up here. You are here. And one more. By George, you've got it. You are here. Wonderful. Managed to disarm the trap, making certain it cannot be reset. Good. And now we get a whole bunch of money, another spell, a rope for whatever reason, and a magic chainmail. Take all of that. And then I think that should pretty well do it for everything that we need here. We got the goo, we opened the chest, got the money, Elsa got her bow, we got our helm. So that should do it, and we can magic our way out of here. Alright, and we can take off our armor, take off our weapon. Still heavily overloaded, so that's good. Suppose we can go down and have a meal, but ultimately that is actually going to do it for this video. So I think I will end things here. Maybe I'll do a little swimming or something until midnight, but then we will come back in the morning. So till then, see ya.